And now our feature presentation.
Hey, who are you?
Kasha.
What?
Nana O.
What?
Featuring Kasha. Nana O. Hot topics, hot reads, vent session.
Hey, you guys, thank you for joining us tonight. What's up, Nakisha?
Y'all, excuse me.
Come on in here.
Subtitles.
Oh, come on in here.
Subtitle.
Listen, we have another exciting show for you guys.
I need
We're
some
gonna have to
muscle.
just
She sneezed.
Right, Zenobia. She'll be all right. But listen, we have another exciting show for you tonight. So I want to thank you for joining us on Women of Power. Listen, I am Kasha Hunt.
And I am Nana O.
And I am the gaining weight Zenobia.
That's that Rona weight. Listen, and we all gaining it. Pray for us. Come on here. Hey, First Lady Henry, thank you for stopping in on the Women of Power radio show. Like I said, we've got some hot topics for you tonight. But the first thing that I think we need to talk about is the fact that today is the 4-year anniversary of Prince's death. And so we're just going to take a moment of silence to just, acknowledge Prince and his greatness, his musicality, he was like the GOAT, y'all. Okay, so we just give Prince that moment. That's all he needed was that moment. Come
Looking
on
up
here.
to say purple. All right.
Right. And so you guys, what is your favorite Prince song?
Doves Cry. Because I
Doves
remember
Cry?
hearing that when I was a kid. And I was just like, what beat is this? And I was just like pop locking and yeah.
Oh,
I love that. Love that. And then if any of y'all are like Shakespeare, when they did that remake with Leonardo DiCaprio. Remember like the modern and they played
Romeo
it.
and Juliet.
Yes, the Montagues and whatever. And I'll never forget. And the doves were like taking off and they played that song. I was like, see? That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, that was definitely my favorite.
What is y'all's favorite Prince song?
Right.
So my favorite Prince song of all time,
It's what?
She's a hater, y'all. It's okay.
Hey, Ricky.
it's not that I'm a hater about Prince.
Thanks for joining us.
I know people get in their feelings, they get a little sensitive. But I wasn't really raised on Prince, and so however, I do love Purple Rain.
Well, tell the truth then.
I love Purple Rain as far as the movie, but yeah, I found it to be beautiful when they lit up everywhere. When he had they had the purple lights and stuff like that. But I wasn't Michael Jackson. I didn't,
Okay. But anyway, my favorite Prince song is "I Would Die for You." Hey, don't let me know one more time. So anyway, we honor Prince on today. Prince.
Yes.
Cheers.
Y'all, purple
We
hearts for
miss you.
Prince. Go ahead and
Yeah.
some purple hearts for Prince.
Is
And
it
Trisha.
purple hearts? Oh, come on here. All right, so what's going on in Nigeria?
So we have some news from the other side of the water.
Oh,
So
that's it.
as you all know, we were talking a little bit last week about, the things that we consider to be essential, right? And someone made a really good point that bottles, aka liquor, are essential during these times because, people need to have some kind of way to cope, right? So
Texas did too.
yeah. The Kenyan governor, Mike Sonko, he's actually being blasted, but let me tell you why, and tell me if you agree. Okay, so he's the governor of Nairobi, Kenya, and he decided to make care packages for those in the city that included little bottles of Hennessy. Y'all, isn't that so thoughtful?
No, that is not thoughtful. What tripped me out is this to the city's poor families. So,
But look, a lot of those poor families, I bet you, just being real, because that's not all they got to be different, y'all. Like, he only gave them Hennessy.
Folks gotta stay at
He
home.
gave them essential food and a bottle of Hennessy. And some of those poor parents are probably very thankful because I'm telling you, they haven't had money. Ask them when was the last time they were able to buy a bottle.
First off,
they haven't been able to afford it. So,
if he made a decision to give away Hennessy bottles, that's because he know his people.
thank you.
So
Thank you. He knows what
he
they
could have
want.
went with Takavaka.
no,
He
but
could
I'm
have went with
saying,
Barefoot.
you're doing this because people are hungry, right?
No, he doing it because he know his folks drink
Yeah.
Hennessy, and so he decided to.
The care package was food, okay? The whole point, and all these care packages that the government and all these different things is to help the people. I'm just trying to figure out how some Hennessy gonna help me.
To cope. Y'all, has liquor helped y'all during this Rona
No.
quarantine? Tell the truth now.
No,
Has liquor
it
helped
don't
any?
help me when it's going good.
Liquid lullabies ain't helping nobody, putting you to sleep just a little bit? Nobody?
But listen. Some families that may have been uptight during that time, I'm
Angela.
pretty sure the Hennessy will calm them down.
Someone is thankful. I'm telling you, someone is thankful. If
I'm
you
sure
should call right
someone
now.
is.
They would say, "Thank you, Jesus." That's what they would say.
I mean,
they love their liquor. I'm just telling you.
Okay. Well, listen, he got towed up on social media for wanting to offer Hennessy into their care packages.
Hen
so,
dog,
you know,
that's what they call it.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
They call it the
I thought it
hen
was
dog.
called Henny.
They call it the hen dog.
No. Listen, we're going to
I
be in
ain't
prayer.
knocking
That should let you know right there.
We adding
To our prayer list.
Governor
Oh, yes.
Mike Sonko. Governor Mike Sonko in Nigeria. We're going to add him to our prayer list because the brother need prayer. Come on.
His intentions were good.
Listen,
y'all. I
if you
swear
want
his
to,
heart was
I'd
good.
rather have toilet paper or paper towels or hand wipes or gloves or a mask than a bottle of Hennessy.
But the thing
Out of
is,
everything
no. But
that's
the thing
going
is,
on.
they didn't say that
He
didn't
didn't
give
give
the
that
other
to
stuff.
Yeah,
It
could've
said
been
it was a food pack.
Right.
Food pack means food.
But we're
Yeah.
talking about Kenya.
They have great food. Kenya has wonderful food.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, we don't need
They
to know
have-
their environment, how they
I
live.
do.
We know-
Their food is good. And
Do they drink over there?
Hey, Denise.
That's why.
Thank you
Yes,
for
they
joining
drink.
us.
They have a wonderful spot,
Hey,
by the way,
America.
in Arlington called Legacy. That's a shameless plug for Kenyan food. But yes, they have great food and drinks.
Well, what we're talking about, y'all, is the fact that in Nigeria,
Hey,
the
Baron
governor
and
decided
Aaron.
to add a little bottle of Hennessy in with the food package. Hey, Brother Aaron, thank you for joining us on tonight. And so, listen, moving on.
Okay, so
Moving
I got
on.
this story.
Okay, Novia has a story.
Okay, so I got this story about this pregnant woman. She was in Atlanta. So
Okay.
woman's all pregnant, gets in a car wreck, and instead of her waiting for the police and while she's pregnant to make sure the scene gets checked out, she wrecks down the street from like a news station.
Mm-hmm.
So she wrecks, she jumps in a news truck while another pregnant newscaster is there, steals the news truck as she driving to evade the police, and they left a note on here saying when she drove off, the car was going skirt, she was going skirt down the street. So you done got in a wreck, you pregnant, you done
Okay.
kidnapped a pregnant woman
My God.
in a news truck. First off,
What city is this in?
this Atlanta,
Atlanta.
it makes
No,
sense.
See,
It makes
Yeah.
it
sense.
makes sense.
First
I was
off,
gonna say,
first
where
off,
is ATL?
listen, you know what? That's because she knew she was gonna make the news, so she said, "I might as well go on and take the truck."
Listen, that's a hit and run. First of all, that's fleeing the scene of a crime.
She fleeing with babies.
So you pregnant, visibly pregnant, and you decide to, on top of a crime, to commit a crime. Y'all, let's put this lady in Atlanta on our prayer list.
Okay,
We gotta add it to the prayer list. So now we got two. Now we got two people.
Put on a prayer list.
Now.
Yeah.
She be
Yeah.
in jail.
Well, she probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's endangerment, right? When you pregnant, when you like.
I don't know.
I don't think they consider a fetus a
I'm trying
child.
to figure out what made her steal the news truck out of everything.
Maybe she didn't have
Because
a
it
license.
probably was running,
So you think?
and she just got in it and was able
She
to
probably
go.
had a suspended license and didn't want to get in trouble, so it's
That's
like fleeing the scene. 'Cause
crazy.
when y'all
They
think
said,
about it, what
you
reason?
steal a news truck?
It was the first thing. The door was probably open,
Right.
Because it said that the
Would y'all
reporter
steal
was-
a news truck?
If your license was suspended
No.
and you
Okay.
crashed, and there's a car that has the door open, you hopping in or not?
No.
I'm just
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna take that L. Whatever happens in that moment of that wreck, because you're not doing nothing but causing more problem for yourself.
True.
You made the news.
True. Okay, come through with the bling, girl. I'm distracted.
Oh, thank you. You know. Listen,
She
y'all
is- she
ignore
is
this
all
finger right
blingy.
here. My
She
other
is
nails
all
is all
blingy right
good.
here.
But this one right here. See, this is what I get. Because last week on the show, I was talking about, well, you know what? It's not what I get because I was talking about how good God was. But I was saying how he was a preserver. You know what I'm saying?
Preserved her
How he
for
kept
sex.
us and keeps us during COVID.
He
So I
ain't
was
keeping
talking
me.
about, hey, Azure, I was talking about how he kept my nails during COVID or during Corona, whatever's going on,
We
right?
call it the vacation.
Okay, during this
Corona.
vacation time. So tell me why last week I actually went out of town on vacation with my brothers and sister,
Your mama said it
and
was
broke it
vacation.
down. You know what? My mom did a whole bunch of
Your mama
explaining.
went on Facebook,
She was
said,
like,
"This is
"It's
not
not
a
a
vacation,
vacation. They
she's
were going to work."
supporting."
Right. And
Okay.
I'm like, Mama, why are you doing all this explaining? You know, but it's a lot of people out there that are like paranoid, COVID paranoid. But yeah. And so on that trip, y'all, I broke a nail. But you know what? I'm not giving up. I'm not popping the other 9 off because of one loss. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna ride this thing
No,
out, y'all.
it's not even. It's not about riding it out. She has a piece of the nail still
I-
on her
it's
nail.
a
Just pop it
reverse.
off.
I do too. It's all right, y'all. We in quarantine. Ain't nobody
Listen.
checking for our nails. Men, are y'all checking for our nails? Y'all can't even
Yes,
see
Didi.
us.
Like,
They
and
can't
she
even
said
see us.
it's a tip, but it's backwards.
They
It's
can't
at the
even
bottom.
see us.
by the cuticle.
Hey Tara, thank you for joining us. Can you
not
help
checking for
me
nails.
explain to them that it's okay to have one broke nail during this season? Okay?
Okay.
I'm not popping all 9 off for one. You know what I'm saying? Jesus said he left the other 9 and went back and got the one. I looked for that one, y'all. I looked for it in the
We're gonna be
car.
all right.
Half of one.
I was gonna glue that sucker back on, but you know what? Instead, I'm just gonna roll with it.
Okay.
Lean with it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, what do you think is going on? Well, listen, y'all. In Australia, this is hilarious to me because there are so many. As you know, as we're getting more into Rona, there's so many things they're saying. Oh, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Well, in Australia, there are doctors that are saying that we should not be farting around each other because apparently COVID can be passed through a fart. No, I'm serious. They're saying that the gas that comes from Corona, I mean, that it could be in your fart. So, like, if somebody farts, like if I was to fart right now and y'all inhaled it and I had COVID, y'all could possibly get it. It says...
Because it is exiting your body.
Right.
Like how when you breathe on people.
Right. And also, they said it's aerosolized feces. So... I want y'all to know that when y'all pass gas, you're actually passing aerosolized feces. What does that mean, Saints?
Aerosol.
Think about
in the air.
But
right?
if you hold
So
it, if you hold it
aerosolized
in, you can
feces.
damage the inside of your body though. That's
So,
like when you hold in poop.
Keep in mind, because some of y'all may not have thought about this, and we talked about this on a couple shows back, but when you flush the toilet,
Yep.
every time you flush, particles of your fecal matter actually go into the atmosphere. And
maybe
guess
they
where
don't know
they
what
land?
fecal.
Throw away
I don't know what. Maybe that. Who don't know what fecal is?
Fecal, who don't know fecal? Your boo-boo
Monique
matter,
said throw the whole article away.
pieces of your waste go into the air, and guess where they land though,
Oh my
y'all?
God.
On your toothbrush. Okay,
That's why I
they
keep my-
did
that's why I
research.
do
They
not
said
keep
that
my toothbrush in the
most
restroom
toothbrushes
at all.
have a lot of fecal matter in it. And what do? We wake up in the morning and we put that thing in our mouth. So y'all need to get those covers. Okay, you need to cover it up or take it out the bathroom altogether.
said it means
Because
you
you be brushing
you
with
doo-doo
boo-boo.
in
I'm
the
just
air.
telling you. You've been
So
brushing
be
with boo-boo.
conscious of that. But you know what? And y'all, this may get a little graphic, but I was just explaining to them that like when men have like possible little stains in their underwear, it's probably this Aristotle
She said Aristotle.
aerosol feces that they're talking about. You know, so
I know y'all men are probably like, why she had to call us out? Because y'all be having stains too.
Women do no.
I've seen some posts where some
No.
people have been put on blast.
Oh
and
my
it wasn't
God.
men. It was not men.
Oh,
See, I
Man,
can't.
see, I'm sitting here trying to vouch for y'all. Okay, some of y'all know how to like,
No.
right?
she said so like the light brownness in men's underwear, like it's not from them. Like it's either they're not wiping or it's like the.
Okay,
next
but
one.
anyway, Australian
Don't wear
doctors
white
are
gloves.
advising Australians to not pass gas in public, but to save it more for, save it for a private time.
What did you say?
All right.
All you gotta do, like, I'm trying to tell y'all the best way to get away with farting. So, this is what I do when I'm around people. They never smell it. Like, if I'm sitting down, I literally kind of squeeze it together and then I let it silently go in the seat. And then you just kind of move around. Like, if you think it's gonna make a noise or something like that, you just kind of move around like this. And so they think you're being cute when in actuality, you letting it, like, get out of you. You know? Yeah.
Prince said, my supervisor farted at work today. I knew I shouldn't have went back to work.
Oh, Princeton came back.
Hey, Prince.
Princeton came back, Lord.
We were just talking about Prince at the beginning of the show. Today is his 4-year anniversary of his death, so we definitely blow kisses to give kudos. So yeah, so just keep that in mind that all y'all that have these friends that want to sit on your face and fart in your face, they're passing this aerosol feces. Okay? All right. What else is going on, Zenobia?
Okay, so the game.
What game?
The rapper JCon. That's the only thing cute about him and his
Oh,
actions because
my.
But anyways, what happened? So that he's been battling like a court case with this girl named Priscilla Rainey. Wasn't it like for sexual assault or something like that? So it said that she has been awarded $7 million. Like she basically won the case. And I heard it was too because he didn't show up to court all the time like he was supposed to. He wrote a note on social media after she posted, a picture with the money after she won that says, people out here dying from the Rona, and blogs out here creating false narratives for this Waffle House roach.
What?
Who doing anything? Her thirsty
Now, we just talked about Waffle House last week.
Waffle House has my heart.
Can try and take money from me. I'm enjoying retirement. They'll find Carol Baskin's husband before she ever get a penny from under my car seat. So y'all know Carol Baskin killed her husband. They just ain't charged her yet.
Right.
As far as the game, I'm pretty sure y'all heard about that on social media and stuff like that. That's been an ongoing case for a long time with him and his
it's a 7-year-old case.
I won't state my complete opinion because I just don't like him and how he handles women in general. And
okay, and you have a right to your opinion because opinions are like what? I was gonna say like Christmas trees. But no, but I'm just saying we all have a right to our opinions. But anyway, he lost the case. But let me ask y'all something, okay? Because I kind of got a problem with this. If someone creates a crime, okay? If someone does a criminal activity against you, does it say something when you don't file criminal charges, but you file?
So she didn't file a criminal. She just did
like your motive. She didn't want justice for the crime.
Hey,
she just wanted the money. Because when you go the civil route, you're saying, I don't need you to get any type of civil action or any type of, criminal action. I just want financial, what do they call, punitive damages. I want punitive damages. Yeah. So that's what she wanted.
But is it wrong for her to want the money too?
Well,
but I feel like if you really felt like what they did was so wrong, you would want them to also, you would want justice for the criminal act as well as punitive damages.
So she didn't file the other way?
She didn't care for that.
Oh, really?
But to say like, I don't care about the justice part of it, just give me money. It's like, girl, did you really?
And she won.
Let me be quiet.
She won $7 million, y'all.
Yeah.
And the game said that they will find Carol Baskin's husband before I pay her this $7 million. So y'all, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna put the game on our prayer list, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. Because apparently on this tweet or this Instagram or whatever it was, or the video, it was Instagram. Yeah. He had like all these stacks of money around him while he was talking about it.
On that table, like just.
I'm like, oh, bro. But anyway, y'all, we're going to lift the game up in prayer. All right?
We can lift her up in prayer.
I mean, yeah, we can lift her up. We'll lift her up in prayer, y'all. That hopefully she get her $7 million.
Hopefully this teaching him stop being so mean towards us. Like,
but hopefully somebody will educate her on liens, okay? And lien laws, because if he owes you $7 million, you could put a lien on his house, on his car. You could get paid. Trust me.
The crazy part is that she actually posted a video or picture of her with money, like almost to kind of like throw it in his face and stuff like that. I think she probably should have took a lighter route than that with the way that she handled it.
No, the post that tripped me out that she made was the one that's like a little baby like this, and it said, you work for me now.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, no, evidently he don't. Evidently he don't, because you ain't got. Hey, Ashley, it's about to get crunk. Ashley Boyd is on with us, y'all.
What's up, y'all? So, moving right along.
What's going on now?
Right on to Connecticut.
Hey, Christy.
There was a 42-year-old man, right, who was arrested after breaking into a closed restaurant, y'all. Okay, and he spent 4 days eating and drinking, and they said he also stole food. So when they found him, he was asleep with a bottle of rum. Now, considering the times, I can't really fault the man because, I mean, he shouldn't have broken in, but who knows? Maybe he didn't have no food, Right now, food banks are running out of food. People don't have a job. Who knows what his needs were? It doesn't make it right, but I'm saying,
I wonder what kind of restaurant it was, though.
Well, it was one that was closed because of COVID-19. But this is the crazy part, y'all. It's a crime to break in somewhere, correct?
Yes.
Okay. He breaks in and then lives there
for 4 days.
And then go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. Have y'all ever been like to a buffet where you ate and you were full already, but then you didn't get up because you were like waiting until you weren't hungry?
Yes, I do that at Golden Corral.
This was just the extended version. He broke in, and rather than leave, he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay because I know I'm gonna be hungry in the morning. What am I gonna eat for breakfast? I don't know. I'm just gonna sleep over another night. And he did that for 3 days in a row.
He extended a long time. Yeah, he extended for a long time. But yeah. But I have done that. Like if I go to Golden Corral and I get full, I'm like,
sit down and talk for a little
bit. Let's just sit here until I get hungry again.
But that's not even the depth of the story. What's the depth of the story about as far as what he was doing when they caught him on camera?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was also taking things from the restaurant, taking them somewhere, and then returning.
Seriously?
So, he was probably, again, maybe pawning it, trying to make some money, but at the same time also eating. So, I don't know his struggle. Who am I to judge?
I just know
Somebody
that
said Nana can cook. Can she? Can she cook?
I just know that our articles have been dealing with a lot of alcohol.
Tis the season.
And you know what? There probably has been an increase. I've heard that there's been an
There's a reason why liquor stores are still
alcohol
open, y'all.
sales and different things like that.
300%.
But
Almost.
listen, that is not the way to cope.
That
y'all.
and guns have gone up
You
almost
need Jesus.
300%. Yeah.
You need
Wait,
Jesus.
like so liquor stores are open, not just
They stayed. They never were
They
closed.
never closed.
They were
They're
considered
considered
essential.
See?
Man.
So that
Y'all
Kenyan
closed
when
my
I was
nail
on track.
shop.
I told you all.
Because you said my nail shop wasn't essential, but y'all left open King's Liquor.
Say, listen, they just busted this one girl
They're the
because
only ones open.
some two undercover COVID cops, or whatever you call them people, they seen some girl posting online about her services and scheduled an appointment and everything. She got in trouble.
They're doing that now.
Yeah,
Even in the
because
groups
you
on
can't be
Facebook,
doing that.
the hair groups where women and people who still do hair are saying like, "Hey, I have a slot available."
Monique, don't
and
do
people
it.
are actually tagging in the Texas licensing department on their posts. Like that's what they've been doing. So now they've stopped. So in the hair groups, people are going crazy because people are like literally snitching by posting and tagging them in their
But my
posts.
thing
And
is,
it's
why
like,
would you even, man? If you gonna do something, I'm not, But if you're gonna do something, at least sneak it,
well,
You know,
I guess they
that's
caught
not,
it was
that's
a
like
hair
when people
group,
have
it would
guns
be-
and stuff, like they posting on social media. When they be smoking blunts, they post it on social media. Just like that guy that we'll talk about later posted on social media. Like you have to
Hey,
protect
Serena.
yourself at the y'all can't be surprised when these people come in and they arrest y'all and they fine y'all for this stuff because you posted on social media.
Right.
And you're not even concerned about the fact that the people that you're inviting in may have this coronavirus.
Yeah.
You may not. I see one
Well,
person.
I wouldn't say I don't think they're not concerned, but like I said, this is one thing that we've noticed during this whole epidemic is that there are some people that are a little more lackadaisical about it, and not everybody is like this stringent, And when you think about it, you over here right now, and you ain't 6 feet away from me, so therefore.
But I told y'all, every time I come out here and do this video, I feel some type of. I'm already.
You feel
warm.
some type of she done
I'm
coughed on
already
us
warm,
already.
and I'm already sweating. I always feel some type of way
She
when I
not
come out
warm,
to
y'all.
color.
She not warm.
Is this a
Killer or
hypochondriac? What is that
hypochondriac?
hypochondriac?
Second now, girl, yeah, it's
Yeah,
killer.
she's hypochondriac.
Yeah,
She's
there's something wrong with her. Chris said snitches get stitches.
Wait. Sister said, listen, if you're going to do something illegal, don't be mad when you get caught up because you aren't being discreet. You knew.
Listen,
Hey.
you got to be discreet. But it wasn't even them, it's their customers that were going online like, I just got my hair done by Lisa Tay.
Just
Thanks for the bundles.
y'all own folks and snitched on y'all.
Be your own people.
Right.
I seen this one post where I think this girl was doing hair or something like that, and she said that she was not open. She publicly said it, I think so. And then like the department people came over and was like, "Are you sure? Because we just saw you earlier today." Like, so we just making sure because we did see you early. Like they posted from their page.
Oh
like,
my
no,
goodness.
we saw you today. We're just making sure.
Oh my goodness.
You got to be careful out
They ain't playing
here.
no games. out
Listen,
here.
but Monique, you have a great point. Monique Mo said that you have to get out into the fresh air every once in a while because our body needs those germs that are in the air. I know it sounds crazy.
No, it does. So
it
the
does, but
whites
it helps.
and the red
It
spikes.
helps keep our immune system up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Take those
otherwise.
walks, people spin around on the balcony,
Right.
walking
Spin
around.
around on the balcony.
Who's sitting on balconies?
Do what you got to do to get your air. I'm just
You know,
saying.
some people, yeah. Or get you a little mad. Was that fresh air if you got a mask? I don't know.
No.
But the point is that, so that's what's going on. But so this guy, we need to keep him in prayer because he's arrested now. But he ate good for 4 days.
Sure did.
He did whatever he wanted to do in that restaurant for 4 days, and so
Nobody's hair is freshly
Mr.
done.
Ortiz,
Whoever, SD says, all of you ladies are looking nice and your hair is freshly done.
No, it ain't fresh, baby.
This a
It's not
ponytail.
fresh.
okay,
She
and it
been
was
having
freshly done today. Okay, this right
No,
This
it's all
right here?
natural, honey. But thank you for the compliment.
here. Listen, yeah, thank you, SD. But moving on. Okay, so they wanted me to trash this story, but this is for all my Love and Hip Hop Atlanta
Who watches
fans
Love and
out
Hip
there.
Hop? I don't even know who the
It's not
characters
even
are.
Atlanta.
If you watch Love and Hip, okay, well, whatever. It might not be LHHA or whatever. Maybe it's just LHH, okay?
Yes,
But if
LHH.
you're a Love What? If you're a Love and Hip Hop fan, hit some hearts and likes so I can know that I'm not alone out here. Well, I'm actually not a fan, but I do, catch little snippets. But anyway, the point is that y'all know all about Lyrica and all about what's going on with her husband, A1, okay? A1. We have been through the struggle with them, y'all. We've been on the ups, the downs, the heels, the breakups, the makeups, and whatever. Come on here, Ashley's with me. Okay.
I have no idea who these people are, but I'm listening.
Come on, Ashley, thank you. So listen, Lyrica is actually coming out with her new album. Whoop, whoop. And on this album, y'all, she is so transparent about what she's been going through in her relationship. She's transparent about what the depression she suffered when she was staying in that hotel after their breakup. She's transparent about having a child and then, finding out that your husband is cheated again and then having to separate yourself. And they're separated still right now to this day, even though they're not legally divorced. We don't know what's going to happen. But the point is that she's got a new album coming out. But this just speaks to me about the importance of transparency, y'all.
Absolutely.
The importance of transparency. And this is when I segue right into my putt. Changing up the car. Come on here!
Definitely a transparent book. A great read.
Yeah.
A very great read.
But it's about transparency. We've got to be transparent. And so that's what I love about. I've always liked Lyrica because Lyrica is she's like down to earth. She's sweet. And now she's being transparent about her relationship with A1. What?
Said Lyrica can't sing.
Latricia, come on now. Lyrica can't sing.
His name shouldn't be A1, should be A0.
Oh my
God.
Well, maybe she can't sing, y'all, but she's got a story to tell. Okay.
Something wasn't right about that brother from the jump. I only like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
That's what I'm talking about, Ashley. Atlanta.
So I'm the only one who does not know who these people are. I guess
you know what?
I don't watch Love and Hip Hop.
I'm not surprised because I'm not surprised. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, y'all, let's keep Lyrica on our prayer list. You guys, come on, let's lift her up and just keep her encouraged with that new baby.
I was happy when she did leave though, because that was so I don't care if it was for a show or not. That was just one relationship. You could tell she was a sweet person, and so
yeah, she really loved that dude.
She did, and
I can attest to what it's like to really, really love somebody and want to be with them, and they just can't get it together.
Ladies, can you relate that part? Yes.
I'm gonna sip tea
I know some
on
of
that.
you men probably feel the same way, but for us, y'all know. Yeah. You love them, but they can't get right. Right. You're right. All right.
Yeah.
So, New Orleans, Birdman is doing something good for the people, right? Y'all know Birdman, Young Money, rub hands. All right.
Oh,
Birdman hand rub. Was y'all finished? Is y'all done? All three y'all? All right. We talked about that Birdman. So he's actually helping out his fellow residents in New Orleans. He's paying up their rent.
What?
And so that's something that's really nice because right now, of course, with the coronavirus and people losing their jobs, that's something that's really awesome. He said, I would like to offer to pay everybody's rent for the month of May.
Everybody?
Everyone in Uptown where I was born and raised.
Everybody in Uptown.
Yes. So it says all the way from the 3rd Ward to the 17th Ward. So we're
God
talking about everybody, even those in the projects. Yeah.
Because Birdman got old money.
Okay.
Everybody watching from Louisiana, y'all got it here first. Birdman, if you went from the 3rd Ward to the 17th Ward, if you went
rent
Uptown,
is covered, boo-boo. Use that money for something else.
He's paying your rent or mortgage. Come on here.
We need to see where Prince is because he be doing this stuff. Prince said he talking about Lyrica. She gave him hell in the beginning to a point he had to pick between her and his mother. That don't justify.
His mama though.
They mamas was crazy.
Both of their moms
were.
Yeah. But if you in the 3rd to the 17th Ward in Louisiana,
we should move down there.
Your rent is
I am not
baby.
moving down there for Birdman to pay my rent for 1 month.
It's for 1 month?
Yeah,
he said for the month of May.
For the month of May.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Just pay your rent forever? What kind of world?
I was gonna move down there.
But anyway, that's where he was born and raised, y'all, in the dirty South. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Look, she said,
I don't know if that's considered dirty South.
Yeah,
I don't think that's not dirty. Dirty South. Yeah, that's not dirty South. Dirty South is like
it's like South.
Yeah, but that's not dirty South though. Dirty South is like Port Arthur and Houston and stuff like that. But you cannot compare.
Y'all, what is the dirty South?
It is
it's
not
definitely
Louisiana.
not Houston. I've never heard Houston.
You got Bun B,
UGK.
Pimp C, UGK, all that from the dirty South is
Who are
Texas.
these people? Not this way. I know they are.
I got a
pocket
Kasha
full
was
of-
the OG back in the day. Don't let her fool y'all.
Y'all
Like,
pray
she was
for
an
me.
OG for real, for real.
Gotta move, baby.
Forgot her roots.
Gotta move for a
No,
month.
but okay, so maybe it is Dirty South. I don't know. I've never attributed the Dirty South to Houston.
New Orleans.
But yeah. So anyway, but
So that's awesome. We just want to say kudos.
I think that's that's
applause
definitely
or
a great thing.
hand rub for Birdman.
So, our next story, which I'm actually happy to lead out. I sound like I'm in church, right? Anyway, so Eminem.
Can we all stand? No, I was playing. I was talking.
I miss Usher. Ma'am, please get
How
your
may I
gum
help
out.
you?
You
Get
can
your
comment
gum out.
below there. Yes. Would you like to like and share? Okay.
Okay, and so with this next story, what I would like for you guys to do, you don't even have to like explain or anything like that, but just say yes if it's something that you've been through in a great way.
Okay.
Eminem, he is celebrating 12 years of sobriety.
Woo! Come on, Eminem.
Okay.
Yes, that's a major thing.
Sobriety is a big
Drugs,
deal.
alcohol.
Addiction.
12 years is a long time.
12
a very
years,
long
no
time.
longer a slave. Come on here.
I'm trying to tell you, like, as far as me, I'm not gonna. I'll be honest. You know what? I'll be honest because I feel like that's just being transparent.
That's what we've been talking about. right?
On this coming Saturday. This
Okay.
coming Saturday, I will have been clean from pain pills for an entire year.
Hallelujah!
So I have not, I used to be addicted to like pain pills and muscle relaxers and cocaine and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so for a very long time, and so I struggled on and off. And
Hey, Mother Rosie.
I just had to make a decision, and it took a lot of God,
Yes.
a lot of prayers, a lot of people.
Yes.
But I had to make a decision that I not necessarily just wanted something better for my life. I had to accept the fact that that's not who I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
It was not an easy thing to do, with not doing it, especially, when you addicted to stuff and you try to pull off, sometimes you fall back into it.
Right.
And
right.
then you
Find another
condemn
substitute
yourself
that's
and
even
stuff. And just
worse.
like, and I
Right.
told God one day, I was like, will I ever stop pain pills? Like,
Yeah.
will I ever stop, period, popping pills
Come on.
just to be popping? And something
But
great.
it's a stronghold.
It definitely
It's
is.
a stronghold.
It definitely is a stronghold to wake up and to want it to, all that stuff like that. And then you get to a point, the denial part is when you don't take it as much as you used to, and you take it whenever you want
be
to.
like,
You think
I'm
that
better,
you
I'm
have
doing
control
better.
over it.
But you know what? And that's what we have to understand too. A lot of times when
About
we
to be a year sober.
come on, hallelujah.
Yes.
A lot of times when hey CJ, thank you for joining us. A lot of times when we want to stop something, we want it to be instant. It's like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I need to stop instant. And then we get disappointed because it's not instant. It's a process.
Yeah.
But I want to let you know, just go through the process.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what nobody say, nobody think. Just go through the process. I promise you it's rewarding. Because one of the things that Eminem did is he was very transparent about the hold that drugs had on him, and it's not just drugs that you can have an addiction to. You can have addiction to
Anything.
You can be addicted to
anything.
anything.
There's alcohol, like we've already talked about. There's sex. Some people, it's not even so much sex, but like even like serial dating. I've seen
Yeah.
people who they just cannot stand to be alone, so they always have to have somebody with them all the time, and it's like they're constantly with different people. But it's because they can't deal with being by themselves. So people will often find whatever void it is that you have and find those things to substitute. So even if, let's say, you're addicted to one thing, you're trying to pull away, but in pulling away now, because there's that void and you're not feeling it with God and learning who you are and like trying to get out of the stronghold, you just find something else to substitute it with.
Something else.
And so it becomes a cycle. It's very easy for it to turn into a cycle.
And I want to share this because Prince, Monique said that, you're not exempt after you're saved.
Right.
I actually struggled more after I got in church.
Yeah.
I just knew how to hide it very, very well. I knew who house to go over to. I know what neighborhood to go to. I was very strategic about the way I did it, and it was a thing of like, God was like, you're not going to keep playing with me. You're not going to keep doing this, you know? And Prince said, write a book. I do. It's going to be out next year. It's going to, so
come
the book
on
is
here.
already written. And
Absolutely.
But for me to encourage whoever it is out there, it's not just drugs. It could be literally anything that takes up your time. This is a part of the 10 Commandments. Whatever you put first is your God.
That's
and
right.
so that addiction becomes your God. So now you have to
You
kind of
work.
like transition to figure out who God really is to you. So then that way God is your God. But it's a step
You better speak a
by
word.
step process. You do not wake up the next day and say, "Oh my God!"
But
no.
but then he can do a suddenly.
He can do a suddenly
because he done did some suddenlies for me. But it was something that it was a
Because I ain't gonna lie,
process.
there's still some times now where if I drive in a certain neighborhood or something like that, my body begins to crave.
Got to know your triggers.
Pain pills.
It'll fade. It'll go away.
Yeah, some. So what I do, there's certain places that I don't even drive past anymore because at the end of the day, I'm still human.
Right.
And so I've learned with that to never say I'm never gonna do this again. No,
Right.
Lord, take it step by step with me daily. My desire is to be a better me for you, for the people. You know.
And I was gonna say too, the other day I was watching My 600-Pound Life. I don't know if y'all have ever watched that show, but it's a pretty enlightening show. And there was a young lady on there, African American girl, who had been on, what's the show where they like if you're dating somebody online and then they go find out they real?
Oh, 90 Day Fiance?
Catfish.
Oh, Catfish.
She had been on Catfish, and now she was on 600-Pound Life. Oh, wow. And on Catfish, she had catfished this guy and found out she had multiple,
She was the one catfishing?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And she had multiple profiles. Multiple profiles. Well, on 600-Pound Life, it actually came out that she had over 3,000 profiles where she was catfishing over 3,000 different people at one time. It was like an addiction for her.
How can you keep up?
Man, all these different I'm sure over time.
Yeah,
I'm sure
but
she
still,
deleted them some and recreated. But yeah, 3,000 people. So that's an addiction that she was struggling with because of her low self-esteem, because of her. So addiction is not just dealing with drugs, but we want to celebrate you, Eminem, for 12 years of sobriety.
And know that even after deliverance.
Hey, Donald, thank you for joining us.
Sometimes there's failure. Sometimes even after deliverance.
Right.
I remember
That's
years
the
back,
guarantee.
I had a
There will be
weird dream, and I
failure
thought
after
that I had stopped, and I thought it was because there wasn't a deliverance that took place. I was just scared.
Right.
But a deliverance took place for me last year, and so you have to be able to just stay in that place and keep fighting, keep going.
Right.
I promise you, it
Don't
is
give
the
up.
best thing ever. And surround yourself with people because you can't do it by yourself. If somebody said, I don't know, no, we are a body. We are the church. We are a body, and the church is not just a church house. We are the church.
God bless you and your ministry.
And so,
all right.
I'm just saying.
Come on here. Now, what's going on Instagram?
All right, so Instagram, this is a crazy story, y'all. Y'all got to be careful when it comes to relationships, these exes, and trying to go live, okay? So we have a situation on IG Live where a woman's ex-boyfriend broke into her house and decided to go live on Instagram. And he was antagonizing the girl, calling her all kinds of names, and she let him know, like, look, I don't know if y'all have seen the video because it's out there. And she said, I'm going to ask you nicely because I have a gun. I'm gonna ask you to get out of my house. And he was like, no, you're not gonna do anything. You're so stupid.
This is her ex?
He's her ex, and he's in her house. And she was like, sir, do you want to die? Do you want to die online? I'm telling your followers right now. So she specifically said, just like I'm telling y'all, I'm letting you all know right now that I do have a gun. I'm telling him to get out of my house, and he's not listening, and he would not listen. So guess what happened?
What?
He actually goes towards her and calls her out of her name and says, you know what, I will slap the off of you and move like he's gonna hit her. She shoots him. She shoots him in the stomach, and this boy has the nerve to start screaming, oh my gosh, she shot me. Sir,
you broke.
What did you expect? She told you several times, get out of my house. I'm gonna ask you nicely, get out of my. And he's just sitting there. Oh, you're not that brave. You're scary. You are scared. See, even all my followers are saying,
hey, CJ,
don't let trying to go live and
he
get life
antagonized that
okay,
girl
because he antagonized her, and she still got self-defense. Sir.
Yeah, so. She shot him.
But you broke into her house while you were Instagram live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like. I'm in here.
He's walking around in the house.
Like, yeah, he's walking around the house. Yeah, going live and talking about him to all his followers. And so,
but he kind of went towards her, and so she popped him. And he popped out.
He said, "Oh, mama, I just shot a man down," in my Rihanna voice.
But she forewarned him. She was like, "Get out of my house." She even opened the front door for him to leave.
The front door remained open the whole time.
This is idiotic. Mm-hmm. This to me.
Would y'all shoot your ex? Would you shoot your ex if they broke into your house?
Would y'all shoot your ex?
Or would you just keep giving them chance after chance to sell?
But see, you don't know what you say, Denise. Listen, he trying to embarrass her, but now he the fool. He did live. Y'all said he lived, right? But this is my thing.
She wasn't in there with another man.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
said
she
she
could
could
have.
have.
Could have.
Oh, she could have had company or something, and he
Right.
must have barged in like that. That's what she means.
Oh, as far
Mother
as the way
Rosie
he
said she would have shot him. Mother Rosie, she did. And he lived. But this is the crazy thing. This just shows you the mentality of people. We're not together. Why are you breaking in my house?
And why are you alive?
Why are you threatening me?
He just
You know what I'm
incriminated
saying?
himself.
I don't understand. And then you don't know if they have a history of abuse.
Right.
She might have been scared for her life. And she repeated herself several times. I'm asking you to leave. I
Yeah.
have a gun. I'm asking you to leave. I have a gun. I'm asking you. But
I don't think he beat up on her and stuff by the way he sounded, but you can tell he was like one of them people. He antagonized.
Immature. You could tell he was extremely
sound
immature.
really
He sounded
like,
young.
You
Like
ain't
he was
gonna
like
do
19.
that. You ain't gonna do that.
Like he was
You
laughing. Like
scared.
you ain't gonna
It's
shoot
like-
me. You're not gonna shoot me. That's why you got shot, sir.
So that's somebody else we need to put on our prayer list, apparently, because he's now hospitalized with a bullet wound to the stomach. And it's like,
The way he
Please.
screamed, though, he was like, she shot me. It's like, she told you she was gonna shoot
this is the thing. Life is so short. He could not be in the hospital. He could be at somebody's
Dead,
funeral home.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And so life is too short, dude.
She popped that boy so fast. I was like,
She must have had like a snub nose. But anyway, the point is, yes, that happened, and so we're gonna definitely keep him and her
Right?
Yeah.
on our
the
prayer
prayer
list.
list.
But you know what? On a better, higher note, Jennifer Lopez and her boo Alex Rodriguez are actually trying to buy the New York Mets, y'all. The New York Mets. You know what kind of money you gotta have to buy the New York Mets?
How much is it valued at?
$7 billion.
no million. Wait, $7 billion?
It's
The
valued. Oh, I'm
organization.
sorry. The organization is valued at $2.8 billion. Okay. Now their combined income, and that's Jennifer Lopez and Alex. Their combined income is $700 million.
Ooh, Jesus. I just want one.
Give me a meal.
$100
Give me what's what I'm
million.
saying. I just need to
But,
$100,000.
but this is what we have to understand too. When people say their value is
That's not their
$700,
money.
that's including their houses, their
Assets.
cars, all their
Yeah.
assets. So
Well,
you
give
know,
me an asset.
Please.
but still, that's a lot of freaking assets, man.
Yeah.
700 million. So look, I just want 700,000. I'm gonna flip it to 700 million. But the point is,
100,000 is fine. I can flip that. You know.
right? Just give me 10 right
But
now.
right now, my life, just give me 1,000. I mean, we in
Another
quarantine.
stimulus
I can't do nothing but go on Amazon.
Make sure you're ordering essential items.
Right, but no. So I'm so excited to hear that they are coming together as a couple, power couple, and are looking
definitely
at
are a power
buying.
couple.
Yeah, looking at buying the New York Mets. That's going to be so amazing and so awesome. But yeah, so Zenobia brought us a gift today, and so for those of you guys, you go ahead and start getting them. So for those of you guys who did not see her live 2 Fridays ago, right? Or was it just this past Friday? This past Friday, Zenobia Harvey Collections has launched a new part. We all know her shoes. Okay, because we've been, oh, this is mine?
Yeah.
We all know her shoes because she came out with these beautiful, creative, custom shoes. Hey, Debbie, thank you for joining us on tonight.
Go
And so she started the Zenobia Harvey collection with custom shoes. And now, you guys, this past week, she has launched, you guess it, drum roll, please. Custom bows.
Isn't that cute? Brooches. How do you say it?
Like their neck
Oh, my, look
bows,
at yours.
their neck bows, their neck
Look at
brooches.
Come on here.
And so I just wanted to.
Y'all see this?
They're really beautiful pieces.
They
I'm actually
are.
going live
I'm about to be
again.
spending all my poems in this.
I'm going
Hold on.
live again this Friday at 7 p.m. And I'm trying to tell y'all, for those of you that tuned in last week, the ones this week ain't, the ones last week ain't got nothing on the ones this week because the material is different. Like, my mind goes crazy.
Y'all see
and
these
so,
pieces?
She
make
is
sure-
so creative.
I'm trying to tell you, make sure y'all, it's some pieces on there I don't even want to get rid of.
Can you help me?
It ain't got nothing to do with this, but yes. So,
So y'all make sure y'all tune
Well,
in.
you
That's
gotta
going to be
go
on
somewhere.
Friday. She's going to be selling more of these custom made bows.
We're so proud of her.
Yes, these are so. Look at that denim with jewels. I don't know if y'all can see the jewels.
You probably need the word.
It's dope. It's real
You
dope.
don't put this on my neck real quick so I can show this on my Women of Power radio show. Y'all should tell them I'm done. Yay! Isn't that cute? Look how I just made it because I specifically wore a collar shirt so I could put this bow on. So we need to put this bow on. Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look really good
Isn't
in
that
it.
cute?
really cute.
Aw. I've been Zenobia Harvey collection.
Ashley, I got you.
She's been
I'm trying to tell
Zoe.
you, tune in this Friday.
Tune in this Friday.
Y'all gonna be like,
Yeah, she's gonna have some amazing pieces. Listen, thank you, Debbie Malone. Thank you for joining us. Ginger, my Ginger. Thank you for joining us on tonight. So look, we getting ready to come up on our What's Poppin'? What's Poppin'? What's Poppin'? What's Poppin'? Come on, what is our What's Poppin' letter tonight?
So our What's Poppin' letter today, okay, y'all, says, I've been in a relationship for 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay for another woman to be texting my boyfriend, I miss you, knowing that he's in a relationship? So the overall question is it okay for someone of the opposite sex to be texting your significant other saying, I miss you, if they know that they're in a relationship, but they're quote unquote friends?
y'all answer that. Y'all answer that before
Hey,
I do.
Tamika, thank you for joining us. So, keyword she said to me was boyfriend. Okay?
Yeah.
I digress. Go what you got to know.
How y'all feel about that? Would y'all have a problem with somebody texting your boyfriend or girlfriend,
Yeah.
I miss you? I mean, look.
Okay, but you got something on that? Because I'm going to go ham. Go ahead.
Hold on, I think I read it wrong. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Okay, y'all, it's her boyfriend is texting someone else saying, I miss you.
Oh, no. Give my, you got some more coffee.
Yeah.
What?
But yeah,
Okay, no.
But he's
His-
saying that they're just friends,
I said
and I
his
guess
boyfriend.
ever since he got in a relationship, he had to cut his, I guess, female friends off.
See, there I go.
So her boyfriend is texting another woman saying, I miss you. And they've been in a relationship for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
Because at first I was gonna say the other way, I would say you can't control what other people do. If somebody's texting your man and he's saying stop texting me, stop doing this, and they continue to do it, you have no control over that. But if it's your significant other,
Yeah.
that is texting someone
It's not a
else.
significant other because
I mean, significant other just means somebody that's important to you.
Yeah,
that's
they're
not yourself.
significant to you.
Yeah.
Did she find that in his phone, or
She
did
didn't say.
I wonder if she found it, or
She
or it's like
found
open
out.
knowledge that you know.
How would it be open knowledge? Like he's saying, "Hey, I just text somebody and said I miss you." No,
Why
she
should you make
found
it
it.
No,
to
I always watch
told her I
it
miss
because
her.
I'm trying to tell you because like
What else you
years
say?
back I wasn't in the bed in a bad way, but me and the person I dated at that time, we were in the bed, and his ex-girlfriend or whoever she was, he had a full-blown conversation on the phone. I was looking at him like, bruh, like you really doing this? And he was like, she's just my friend, but he wouldn't even get off. Anyways, I'm not that dumb anymore. So yeah,
The question should
no, because
be-
he used to talk to his
Friend
ex-girlfriend
said
from
the
me. I
question
was
should
like,
be, does she know this friend and the depth of their friendship prior to this text?
Obviously, she don't know this friend because she wouldn't be asking us what she should do because she would probably be handling that right now. So
she didn't give much information.
But let's just even look at it from the way that it was asked the first time, because I've actually experienced that too, where like you said, you can't control it, but other people are the ones texting and saying like, I miss you. But if your significant other is like, oh, I miss you too,
that's a problem.
and then they're
That's
like,
a
but we're
problem.
just friends, I'm saying like, I miss their friendship.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. What is the line for friendship? Okay,
Can you be friends? Okay, that's a really good question.
and that's another
Exes,
point,
do
Sister
exes
Denise.
count?
That's another
Because
point.
there's soul
Denise.
ties there, y'all. I don't know
Right.
about that. Like if
Right.
you slept with them, now we just friends.
Now I have exes that I'm friends with, but I'm not texting no I miss you or he's not texting me I miss you. It's just we
I
might
believe
catch.
that certain things are just off limit, so then that way you don't
There's
even
a
have
lie.
to, you don't
There's a
have to
lie.
even,
Because what do you miss?
because now you have to, because the thing is
The
now you have to
conversations.
address that, and it's like, how could you
That
not mean
he-
it the way that
What
it
do you
came?
miss?
Right. Yeah. So the point is that, and Denise, I agree with you. She said 3 years, and he's still just a boyfriend. That's a whole nother subject. But yeah, to me, that is a long time to just being a boyfriend girlfriend. If you don't know yet that you want to make me your wife, I may need to see if maybe God has somebody else for me.
And a lot of times when a person texts, I miss you, it's not because they ain't seen you in a long time, they just miss you, it's because they missed the last time that they were recent with you. You get what I'm saying? It's not always, I miss you because
right.
I ain't seen you. No, I missed the last time we just spent with each other, and so I need to spend some more time with you. I miss you.
Yeah, it would be definitely raising some questions. But to me, I feel like that's a line that's crossed. There's a boundary that was surpassed because it's no way we're in a relationship and you're texting somebody else you miss them. That would be like Wakanda. No.
What kind of relationship
I'm
is
saying,
this?
when you're
What kind of
in- I
relationship?
think once it's established that you're in a relationship, there should be a point to where you establish
Hey,
who
Ashley.
the friends are. So then, like, you should know this stuff. You get what I'm saying? And even with those friends, you can tell the difference between like a friend that's a friend to all of you guys, and then just that. You get what I'm
This
saying?
is my friend, and you don't really know.
Like,
them.
because I know some
but-
people will be like, "That's not fair to say they can't have friends and stuff." Ain't
Well,
nobody
no, and
saying
it's not.
that.
And all of us have friends,
Right.
You know what
I
I'm
think we should
saying?
have mutual
Mutual
friends.
friends.
We should have mutual friends. But I'm saying, what friend that's an ex is texting, "I miss you"? That's, to me, that's just inappropriate.
Yeah, it is inappropriate.
You know,
Absolutely.
now I tell people I miss my, especially during this Rona. I'm everybody at RCT. I'm like, "Oh my God, I miss you so much. I can't wait to get a hug." That's different. I'm not texting no ex.
I think you just got to be careful with a lot of things, just in general, as women, as men. It's sad that you have to be, but you just have to when it comes to social media, what you like, what it gives off when you like a post, if you respond to something. Like when you get in a relationship, it's not about being overbearing or over dramatic and all that stuff
Hey,
like that.
Cynthia,
It
Karen,
should be
thank you
just
for
common
joining
knowledge
us.
that there's certain things that you just don't do. Why would you, even if, let's just say this person say, "Well, I didn't mean it that way." You shouldn't even want to put somebody in a position to assume that you're being distrustful like that. So there's just certain lines that you just don't even get close to, so you don't even have to address those type of things. You get what I'm saying?
We have a lot of men online right now, and I want to hear from some men other than Prince, because Prince, we got you. We feel you, my brother. But it's a lot of men online right now, and I want to know what y'all think about what is going through your mind if you in a relationship and you texting an ex saying, "I miss you."
I miss you.
Just be honest.
crazy
Like,
part
be
is 'cause
brutally
she
honest.
an ex, too.
Just help us sisters out to know what's really, really going on. Because, you know, brothers going to try to lay down all kind of conversation.
No, you mean it. No, you mean it.
Right. It ain't nothing.
You probably miss
We
her,
just
but
I know you
she-
said everyone but him, but he's
No,
the only
I'm
one who
just
answered.
saying.
So we're gonna
Okay,
submit
what you got to
He
say?
said, "If you can't be a friend to myself and my significant other, if we all
Right.
can't get together and have a game night and call each other family, you ain't text me that sorry, but I'm not sorry."
Hey, Ashley.
That's
Oh,
real.
my
And
goodness.
I completely agree.
Right.
Because if you can't be our friends,
Right.
then you got motives. Because that
Look,
shouldn't be a reason. to
Monique
make you-
said they can't respond because they just did it. Come on, brother. Make her out to be a lie. Make Monique out to be a lie and tell the truth.
"Men, that's all y'all."
Hey,
you know?
Cynthia, thank you for joining us tonight.
It's
Yeah.
just inappropriate all the way around.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't do stuff like that. My thing is,
Yeah, it's just not
like,
acceptable.
Just for me, man, we go through so much in relationships as men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Those are just certain things you just don't like. Because maybe I'm having flashbacks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that when I get in a relationship, I'm just not gonna do. I as a single woman, I don't befriend married men on Facebook, especially of my friends, unless they request me. They church people, and
And
I halfway.
definitely not in their DM.
Yeah, I halfway don't even want to. I halfway don't even want to do that.
Especially if they
I
try
don't
to, like, talk
I don't
to
want to
you.
like no single man's picture, no nothing, because you have to protect yourself at the end of the day. And
Right.
So you have to protect your relationship at the end of the day. That ain't no relationship. Homeboy done had something, and he missing it. He want that old thing back.
But be honest, if men would just like put themselves in our shoes and like look at it from our standpoint,
Yeah.
like would that be acceptable to you? Do you got on purple eyeliner?
Blue, royal
Oh,
blue.
it's so cute.
You
I'm
can't
sorry,
say
y'all
they
got
wouldn't let
distracted.
you text nobody be like miss. I
Yeah,
miss you.
that wouldn't be acceptable.
And if you put the I in front, that makes it even worse. I miss you is like saying I love you. I love you and love you are two totally different things. I promise you it is.
I miss you.
Yeah,
Miss you.
I
I
actually
miss you and
saying
miss you
that-
would be the same thing.
No.
If you say
I
love you,
love you and love you might be different, but I miss you and miss you
He put I
mean
in
the
front
same
of miss
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell the truth.
yeah.
I wonder if she ever responded back to him though.
I want to say, okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I know you're gonna know. It just
No.
reminded me. This is
Right.
like the thing that went viral. Y'all saw where there was a girl who went through her boyfriend's phone and he saw another woman's number, but rather than confront him, she switched her number under that girl's name and then put her number under her actual name. And so her boyfriend ended up texting, thinking he's texting the side chick, and said, "Hey, where are you at?" So she was like, "Hey, he just texted me. Do y'all think I should link up with him or not?" But we don't know what happened. But it just brought me to that. I was like, would y'all end up, would y'all, that was really creative. Would y'all link up?
I never.
That's
would've-
Surprise! Like,
That was creative. I'm
Very
just,
I also don't want to have to go through stuff like that no more.
Right,
It's
that's
like,
insane.
like
I don't
I'm
go
glad
through
that-
I'm 35 now. You know
I don't have the time. I feel like if I'm meant to know, the Lord will allow me to
Well, you
find
said
out.
you're
but I
35.
I said, I know. We're just gonna go with it. I don't snoop through phones. I know even some couples will say, oh yeah, we go through each other's phones. Like we'll randomly say, let me see your phone. And I feel like if you have to do that, why are you even together? And if y'all know that this is a routine that you all do randomly audit one another, of course you're gonna know to delete anything, even if there is anything in there. So to me, I don't really see what that solves.
I'm gonna tell you something. Crazy. Whatever relationship I've been in,
thank you for joining us.
I don't want to have to go through none of that with the this and the that and that. Like I would rather be single than to have to deal with any of that. Peace. That's too time consuming. Right. Yeah, it takes your peace away. And I don't have time to be somewhere else feeling like I'm not loved and I'm not desired. I can treat myself good. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that at all. If you don't want to be with somebody, then you let them know you don't want to be with them. Yeah. Like, you have to learn how to respect people. That's why you have to be careful before you go into relationships. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful. Single is boring sometimes, but I promise you, I don't want to go through all that stuff. Yeah. Like, I went through that for over a decade. Like,
right.
I don't want
it. And to be honest with you, I mean, as you get older, your tolerance gets lower.
Yeah.
I was just watching the last season, or first season of Married at First Sight. Have y'all seen that show?
I used to watch it.
It's where these experts.
Is it heard you?
No, should it? It's supposed to. Okay, it's where these experts come together and they find the perfect match for you. And you don't meet them until you get to the altar to marry them. That's your first time seeing them, your first time meeting them. And so I'm watching this show, and out of thousands of people, they only pick 4 couples.
Yeah.
And they work with them, they send them on honeymoon, they, set them up in an apartment, they counsel them, they do all these different things to try to make their marriage be successful. Well, this one couple, this guy was an ex-NBA player, overseas, Caucasian guy. He marries this girl, and like you would think on their honeymoon, they're so in love. They match so well. She loves basketball, he plays basketball, and she's a tomboy. They work out together, all this great stuff. Well, when they get back to the city, when they get into their apartment, he starts disappearing. Like leaving, like I'm gonna go hang with my homeboys.
Oh no.
And then just don't answer, no calls, no texts all night. Then come home the next day at like 2:00 in the afternoon. Yes, and she's all like crying because for her it's connecting to her abandonment issues. And so, yes,
what world do you even think that would be acceptable?
It's not acceptable anywhere. Hey, Anisha, thank you for joining us. So then they come to him and say, look, you can't do that. This is a real marriage. You're gonna have to get a divorce to get up out of this.
Yeah.
And for 8 weeks they go through this marriage, and at the end they decide whether they want to stay married or get divorced. He does it again, and this time he's gone for 2 days. People are coming to her saying, hey, I saw him with another woman. And my thing is like, bro, why would you go on this show?
That's exactly what I was going to say. What was to get more screen time? Like, clearly he never saw it as serious to be
publicity and all that.
I'm confounded. And so we got to take stuff serious because we're playing with people's emotions. We're playing people's lives.
Do y'all not watch Snapped? Okay.
Oh my goodness!
Play with the wrong one if you want to. Not everybody handles stuff the same way.
Yeah.
We
can't play like that.
We have to take people's feelings into consideration.
That's what I told Jordan.
Time out for games,
I said, listen, Jordan is 16, and you have to have talks with your kids. I said, if you're not ready to be in a relationship, I'm not talking about now, just in general. If you don't want to be in a relationship with that person, you be upfront. Like it may be hard for her to receive, because we don't want to hear that. But the best thing that you could ever do in life is be honest with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not ready for this. I don't know. That's what you do. Because some people know how to walk away and cry, but then some people know how to pick up a knife and kill you.
Or slash tires. Or cut up clothes. Or catch your house on fire.
Or throw paint on white trucks. Pink paint.
Hey, Kevin, thank you for joining us. Come on, another man has joined us. Kevin, we're talking about... Catch Kevin up on what's going on. He might have
which aspect?
Pulling batteries out of cars.
The real one. The one with him.
So we're talking about a woman in a relationship who has her boyfriend is texting someone else, I miss you. And she's wondering, like, is that okay because it's somebody from his past? Now, we don't know if it's an ex or not. We just know it's someone of the opposite
We know it's an ex.
How do we know it's an ex?
I thought you said it was an ex at the beginning. Jump.
She said he texted someone of the opposite sex. I miss you.
Okay, so I was coming straight.
We don't know.
Is it consistent texting, or she just found that text?
She just found that text.
So could it have been one of those situations where it was something like a family friend of his family, and he may have said that?
We don't know. But I think it's someone who he considers
always
to
get
be
these
his friend.
cliffhanger stuff.
Yeah, because they don't give them much detail.
Well, I mean, guys, you want people to tell their whole life story?
Yes.
That's not realistic.
So as a man, how would you feel if you were to send a message like that ever? What would be the reason? Like, in him saying "I miss you," do you think it's coming from a place of maybe it's a friend and he misses the conversations, or it's coming from a place of like I miss you? Girl.
Well, that's open to interpretation.
Okay, so did the "you" end with one "u" or was it like "I miss you"? You know, because that's like a that's a big difference.
Men don't do that.
You'd be surprised.
Oh, really?
Are you getting the U's with the whole?
Are you getting the U's with the U's? So anyway, to wrap that
But no, I was saying the "use" is actually a good thing because it's like it's not the flirtatious ones. It's like the "hey, I miss you." You know, it's just like
a
I
friendly.
miss you. You know, that's like a
Okay.
But nobody bees in my text messages, so it don't even matter.
Well, listen, the prayer is that
The prayer.
the prayer is that people that are in relationships would actually, if they're in a committed relationship, be committed to that relationship.
Right.
And what does that mean? Being committed to that relationship means that I'm only committed to what I have in this little circle. And everything outside of this circle is pretty much like no hands, no touch. Boundaries.
Discuss your boundaries.
And that's
one
why
of the
they've
biggest
never
mistakes
set boundaries.
that
and she needs to have
happen
that conversation.
is
with
people get into relationships and they never discuss their
I'm glad you
boundaries.
said this.
She has to have the conversation if she never had it. Maybe her first
She-
conversation it was with social media, so she needs to see him and say, "Hey, who is this? Okay, so let's discuss this. We can't do this. Maybe there's never been a discussion. We never know now, especially since we don't know if it was the ex or not. But for her to pose that question, it had to be somebody.
Yeah. And so just
come on, Buster.
have those
Thank you for the truth,
conversations.
Buster.
What
He
you
out of
say?
line. He out of line. But I wanted to say too, I'm glad you mentioned the discussions because a lot of times women find ourselves in situations because there is no discussion.
Right, and oftentimes the women that I've had conversations with, and even in the past, I was that woman to where you think by bringing up your boundaries, it's gonna run the person off, and so you don't talk about it right away. Because in the past, I've done that before. But what I realized is it does more harm than good.
Yeah.
So it's best to be upfront as soon as you can to just say like, hey, if this is the route that we're gonna go, what makes me feel secure in a committed relationship is A, B, and C. So that it's not like, oh, I'm saying what you're not allowed to do. This is what I will allow, because that just comes off as. But if you say what makes me feel secure, what would make me feel, and what would make you feel, and you do it in that kind of way, it's like I'm just having an open dialogue. It's not a thing about rules, so to speak, and it makes it a lot easier to talk
it's
about.
It's a part of maturing and being mature.
Right. But this is not a discussion you need to have when you first meet somebody. Let's just get
I'm
that
talking
straight.
in a relationship. When you're going into a relationship.
But do you know that people will start dating and never establish that they're in a relationship?
I don't see how they
and
do
then
that.
2 years later, you think you're in a relationship and he's thinking
And he's
we're still
engaged to
dating.
somebody else.
Oh Lord!
It's been
I've seen
times
that.
where I
happened
thought
to
I
me.
was dating
Hey, I
somebody.
was just gonna say.
But on Facebook,
And
y'all
I wasn't
engaged,
dating.
thank you.
And they was like, how y'all dating? Have y'all talked about it? I said, no. Well, no. Well, you
Listen,
ain't dating.
It's called assuming. Okay.
And I was an assumption
And we know
queen.
what assuming does.
I won't say it.
Okay? I'm not either. But we know what it does. And so we have got to stop assuming. Jeez.
One thing that I can say, and I'm so proud, I used to be scared, like how you said, I used to be scared to say this is what I want, this is what I didn't want. And stuff could be happening on the inside. I'm like, I don't like that. I don't want that. But I'll be so scared to say it because you don't want to run them off. And I found a peace in being able to be able to say those things. And if it's not something that they want to agree with,
Thank you, Monique.
it's absolutely okay.
Okay. Hold them accountable, because that was the biggest accountability. I shunned away from that. Like she said, the guy who was disappearing for 1 or 2 days, you've talked to someone to where, as far as even y'all were dating in a relationship, and they will disappear, and then you're like, but then I don't want to start an argument, so I'm just not.
Monique was saying another level of faith when you was talking about married at first sight. That's when she wrote that.
Yeah,
that's why she wrote this down.
But yeah, so
Listen.
now I say something like
Antonio says dating and finding a wife is 2 different relationships.
Explain.
Yeah, so Antonio.
Huh?
Look, I'm glad you chimed in, my brother. Okay, so, but don't people date to find a wife?
Or you're saying some people when they're dating,
isn't that the
they're dating
goal
for fun?
of dating? Well, not everybody's goal.
Maybe he's talking
but-
about his mentality. Like maybe there's a mentality of I'm just gonna date people,
Yeah,
or
and
he
then
has a
courting
mentality.
is when
Okay,
you're gonna
now
like,
I want to be on this route of finding a wife. So I can kind of understand if that's where he's coming from.
That's so true, Denise.
Oh,
She said, you want to read it? Go ahead.
no. No.
Okay. She said a man will be spending time with you and be actively searching for someone else and never tell you. Come on.
Man.
That's why they say that saying, he found the one and never stopped searching for two.
So Antonio says a man will know he wants to marry her once he sees her.
No. Once he see her.
So you're trying to say based off of physical looks? Casual dating versus part. Yes. So I think I know what he said, but not everybody knows at first sight. Some men see a woman and they're like, oh my God, that's going to be my wife. That same thing happened with Sister Sandra and Deacon George. He showed up to drop off some pizza and he was like, this is my wife. And he pursued her even though she was like, ew, get away from me. He pursued her.
I miss you, my sweet Angela.
What? What?
Talking about Princess always saying something smart.
There is
Princess, plus there's a difference between saying I miss you, Angela, and I miss you, my sweet Angela.
That's true. That's true.
Big difference, Prince. Thank you for pointing that out. But yeah, we're talking about now about dating casually.
The seeing thing and knowing when you see them. I
but it happens.
No, it's not that I don't believe it, because a lot of times when you're being brought up, you're told that. I thought that that's the case for everybody, and so it tricks you
Antonio, we're bringing you on the show.
But it tricks you sometimes because when you start to believe that every setup is that way, like if a person sees you, they know right then and there, but that's not the case with everybody.
Right.
Antonio said he has to find her, as the word says.
So
when
Kevin,
I see her, meaning
hold on. Kevin MacArthur says, "Quiet is kept. Men want to be held accountable," and I believe it, Kevin. But I'm sorry. Go back to what Antonio said.
They do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fool me.
They want they're not gonna tell you hold me accountable.
But they want to be.
Because if you let them do
a mature thing,
men are gonna do whatever you let them do.
And that shows them that you have standards, and that as a wife, you're not going to be the kind to just be willy-nilly. Because, they want someone
I just want us as women to not be scared anymore to have those standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
What he's saying is that you not having those standards is not his problem. But because you don't have those standards and you let him do whatever he want to do,
if you give him
to continue to do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He wants you to keep making that spaghetti for him.
Right.
But I'm sorry, Antonio, back to what you said, because that hit me right here in my spirit. He said he has to find her, and that's biblical, y'all.
That is.
A man that what?
Finds a wife.
Finds
a good thing.
And
obtains favor.
Obtains favor. Come on here. And so, I'm a whole lot of women.
I don't know.
So he says that when he sees her, he means he sees in her what he wants to see in a wife.
Yeah.
Oh, Antonio, you blessing my spirit right now. Yes, come on. Come through here. But yeah, so that's I agree with that. But anyway.
It's like we veered this way.
We don't went out to
marriage. The camera lady here too. Like you saw it swing.
Right. What happened?
It swung.
But yeah, I'm just loving this discourse, and I pray you guys are too.
Hey,
Keisha, thank you for joining us on tonight. We're talking about our hot topic, our what's popular. We don't actually veer off from the what's popular, but it's about a woman that's been in a 3-year relationship with a gentleman who is texting someone else, "I miss you," and we were just talking about the variations of "I miss you," because apparently if you put an I in front of it, it's more personal than just saying "I miss" or just "miss you."
Well, I say that too because I actually heard a man say, I don't say the "I love you" thing because I feel like if I put the I, to me, that's what it translates, and I only say that when I actually mean that. So I don't put the I in the front. Some people actually think like that. So you
telling people you miss them and you lying? No. I'm gonna go back to my text message.
I'm talking about like the love part, that part.
Oh, okay. But anyway, Monique says, that's why he knows God placed that in men. Some men run because they're not ready. And that's the truth. They should run if they're not ready.
They don't run before it's time.
Right.
Do not awaken love before it's time. And so many men
you said don't awaken love before it's time.
Mm-hmm. Like how it's like you don't get into a position or put a woman in a position to where you're gonna let her fall for you and you're acting like this is something that you're ready for, when in reality is you're not even ready to be in a committed relationship.
What if you think you were ready and then once the relationship kind of started, you find out you're not? Is that wrong? Like, how they say don't play with people and their feelings and their emotions. Well, what if a person's intention when they first started dating was like, oh my God, I think I love this person, I like this person, I really want to pursue this, and then as time goes on they was like, oh my God, no, I don't see myself here.
I mean, that's part of the process as long as you make that known. I feel like the problem is people will feel that feeling and
not
just sit
tell
on
anybody.
it. Yes. And then
Right,
now it's
right.
like the person is ready to get
Until it's
engaged.
an awkward
and you
situation.
looking like, no.
Or until it's 4 years later and you done wasted 4 years of time that you could have been with somebody that actually had intentions to marry you and saw you as a wife versus 4 years with someone who only saw you as a girlfriend, but like Mo said, secretly looking for a wife behind your back. But listen, I want to read this that Antonio said. He said he won't let you have room to be a girlfriend if he sees you as a wife. But he will hurry and ask her when she wants to get married. But the problem is most ladies are asking men, do you want to marry me? Instead of waiting for him to tell her, I want to marry you. Boy, are you a preacher, Antonio?
He's been quarantined a long time. He had time to think about
He's been having some dedication. So what do you call it? Personal devotion time.
Okay.
Antonio done been in his prayer
Dissertation,
closet.
my friend.
Antonio been fasting. But yeah, you blessed us on tonight, Antonio, because that is so true. If someone wants to marry you, you shouldn't have to ask them, do you want to marry me? But they will let you know. What's going on, Brittany Renee? Joining us on tonight on Women of Power. Listen, we having a good time, y'all, because we are having a deep discussion about apparently 3 different things at the same doggone time. Because we ambidextrous. Monique said the devil knew it was their wife too. That's why he sent Shorty to say, I miss you.
I'm telling you, devil's decoy every time. Every time.
Yes, Nana has an amazing poem called Devil's Decoy.
Yes.
It is so awesome. Keep watching. You can go back and actually catch it on one of our previous Women of Power shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey Eric, thank you for joining us. We got some more men on here. And Keisha Taylor out of Oklahoma says, what?
No, I'm
Oh, no, I was like you was going to read what Keisha said. Okay.
She just gonna
Keisha said, I think texting to the opposite sex when I'm in a relationship is something you don't do. The perception is everything. Help the body of Christ today.
Yeah.
Okay? Help us today.
I got a question though. Say if you were in a
Devil's
relationship.
advocate.
Say if you were in a relationship with somebody and that person's ex called them needing advice in their new relationship, like they're crying and everything. It's like, I don't have nobody else to talk to. Is it appropriate for your person at that moment to talk to this person about, maybe give this person advice on their new relationship?
I don't know about advice. I would say encouragement, maybe, because this is the reality. Some people are like suicidal. I would hate to have that on me that I'm like, don't talk to her. And then she does something crazy that he could have possibly prevented. And some women use it.
Depends on who it is.
Some women use it as manipulation.
Yeah.
You know,
It depends.
to try to
that
pull a
exact
man.
scenario has happened to me.
Oh, really?
And I was the friendly, she was, no. That's where one of my poems came from. So let me put it this way. I think that if you know, because you said it's an ex that's calling.
Yeah.
If what you know of them, or even if maybe, because sometimes you guys may know of each other and it hasn't been any distension between you all two, and it seems like maybe they just had a mutual relationship with your significant other that ended mutually and there wasn't drama, that's acceptable. But if it's someone who has been antagonizing, who was kind of like, they even kind of have beef with you and you don't even really know them, and there's that kind of thing going on, then I would be like, no. Because I was naive too, to where we had seen each other a couple of times and the same thing happened. She called crying in the late middle of the night. Oh, I need to talk to my friend, and I'm just giving her advice. I'm just helping her. And next thing you know, she started calling more and more for advice.
No.
It was really calling and then telling stuff about me.
No.
And, they had their own thing going on before long. So you just have to be real mindful.
But Whitney is right. And I said this before, you cannot control when someone calls a text, but you can control how you respond. So that's what we're talking about, is the response.
I think that if you've been in a relationship for years and years and years, and you have it established,
in a marriage, obviously.
Yeah, marriage.
Years,
like let's just
okay.
say you've been married for years and it's established in your relationship with your spouse that they know that this person is somebody that's cool amongst both of you. That's fine, but
you know what? If it's a woman, let me talk to her.
Yeah.
And if she has a problem talking to you, then that goes to show
let you know.
she really trying to talk to him. Because if you're saying, "Oh, I just need encouragement," and I'm so, "Oh, my wife, she's really good." Here, baby, talk to her. Oh no, I want to talk to you.
Right.
No, you don't want to talk to him.
I need prayer. Well, let me let my husband pray for you. Let me let my husband pray for you. Oh no, I need you.
I want you to pray for me.
Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Because listen, we all been called to pray.
Okay. Hey Joe, thank you for joining us on tonight. Listen.
That part.
Yeah, so but if you've been in a relationship for years, you should know this person.
Yeah.
And Ain't no friends coming out of the woodwork after you've known somebody for years and years and years.
Speaking of, this is a question that I have because this was turned into a debate before. When it comes to new friends, okay, and you're in a relationship, if you have someone who tries to approach you because they're interested in you, right, but you're in a relationship, is that somebody that you would end up getting their number and saying, well, because I'm in a relationship, we can only be friends?
Wait, what?
So the manner in which they approached you was to holler at you, but you're not single. So you're like, oh, well, I'm not single, so I don't have friends of the opposite sex. But y'all end up still becoming friends, so to speak. You still get their number. What I'm trying to say is, I'm putting.
But how do you go from there after you said no?
No. I'm saying you don't. Let me rephrase that. You don't say no. You just say I'm in a relationship, but we can be friends. Okay. So now this person is your friend, but the initial intent when they first tried to speak to you was to holler at you.
Dr.
Versus
Regina.
someone who you work with, who's a coworker, who becomes your friend, right? Because in the past, I've seen people who have said, oh, well, this person is interested in me, or they were interested in me, but we're just friends. Like, I don't talk to them like that. Like, we're just cool because they tried to talk to me, but I let them know. And the person had a problem with it and was like, no, because their initial intent was to try to holler at you, that whole friendship foundation is kind of tainted because they wanted you since day one. And now you're saying, oh, well, we're just friends, but you met them. Yeah. So would you think that that's okay? Because they were really like, oh no, but I feel like we're just friends. There's boundaries. Even though they wanted to talk to me, they know I'm in a relationship. And she was like, you never should have been friends with them because you knew that they wanted to talk to you from the beginning.
To me, that just goes back to just being careful. Just certain things you don't do.
You gotta use wisdom.
So in that way, you ain't gotta explain all that. You ain't gotta go through all that.
Everybody knows they be waiting.
If you in a relationship, somebody approach you and they say, you let them know that you're in a relationship, and they try to holler at you. It shouldn't be nothing after that. Sad, y'all could end up as great friends. They could be great friends with whoever your spouse is, but like it's just too much that go on to even have to deal with it.
Whitney said nope. That's a sticky situation. You're opening up the door for foolishness.
Right.
It can start innocent, but turn quickly.
Because this is what I've realized. You may have boundaries, but not everyone respects your boundaries.
Right. Absolutely.
And what you have to do is when you get to the point where you realize they're not respecting my boundaries, you have to sever the ties. Because what happens is it'll put you in an uncompromising situation. I can't tell you how many shows I watch where I'm like, and it's fiction. It's not even real. It's movies. It's whatever. But I'm like, why won't you just tell them, stop calling me? Why won't you just go to your man and say, look, this guy's harassing me? But they're like, don't want to, and that's just fiction, but fiction is based off of reality.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that we have got to get out of the place, like Zenobia said, of being fearful of saying how we feel and telling people what's going on. Because the reality of it is that you will find yourself in a situation where you're not going to be believed because it's been going on for so long and you never mentioned it. If someone approaches you and you tell them, I'm married, I'm in a relationship, I'm good, and this person constantly, consistently keeps approaching you, you need to go to your significant other and say, hey, babe, just heads up. I don't know what's going on, but this guy or this woman, every time I come home to the apartments, they keep approaching me inappropriately, and I'm telling them I'm married.
It just makes me think of like one of the church members that we have, and I won't say the name, like, right off the bat, it's a married couple, and the husband, to eliminate any type of anything, he don't even hug you all the way if you're a woman. He literally pats you on your back. And, some people can look at it like, why did he do? He's protecting his marriage. He's protecting himself. So then there is nothing that has to be addressed with I'm going to pat you and I'm going to go on about my business. I feel like in a relationship, to eliminate all of these issues and problems and all that stuff like that, establish this stuff from the beginning. There's certain things you're not going to get to do no more. There's certain conversations you're not going to get to have. There's certain people you're not going to be able to be cool with. That's absolutely fine if your dedication is to your relationship. And you should be willing
to make this sacrifice.
Yeah, like,
it's a sacrifice, y'all.
I remember I was in a relationship that
what
boy
is
was
covenant?
still friends with
Covenant
his
sacrifice.
ex. And I was like, if you know that you cheated on me with this girl and it hurt me and this broke up our relationship, why would you still want to be friends with her? I just want you to know that we're cool. It's nothing like that. Why would you even put me in a situation like that?
Right.
So you have to make a decision that there are certain things you're just not going to do anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so Buster says, out of respect, you shouldn't give out your number to begin with. And Buster, you are right. And that's for a man or a woman. Mm-hmm. Out of respect for who you're in a relationship with. If you know someone is approaching you because they're attracted to you or they're wanting to get to know you better, even if they digress, like Nana said, and just like, well, okay, well, I just want to be your friend. I don't need no more friends. I don't need no more friends that are attracted to me. Okay? That, you know what I'm saying? They can see themselves in my husband's shoes one day. And then Antonio says, why don't ladies just tell a man how they want to be loved instead of getting loved how that man was taught how to love? That's why ladies have to question their man all the time. Do you love me? I'm gonna tell you why, Antonio. Yeah. The reason why women do not tell a man how they want to be loved is because women are assumers, and we assume that you should know how to love us. But the reality of it is that we're three people. It's just three of us here.
Yeah,
but we all have a different love.
Yeah, that book. So y'all haven't taken that quiz too. By the way, the 5 love languages is free online. It lets you see between gifts, acts of service, touch, words of affirmation, and quality time. So you can find where you fit in, and because you might be the kind of guy who growing up, maybe your dad spoiled your mom with gifts, so you giving her all these gifts, and really all she wanted was acts of service. Yeah, time. Or if you would have washed the dishes or taken the trash out, that just really would have just set me all the way off. But instead of buying me all of this,
my love. I don't think I'm a gift person. I think I'm more. I'd rather just spend time with you. We don't even have to talk just as long as I'm by you.
Right.
So your quality time.
You know what? I think I'm a kind of like split in between, because I love gifts, but if I'm getting gifts and I'm not getting time, then I would rather have the time than the gifts. Yeah. But then again, the acts of service. If I'm getting time and I'm not getting no acts of service, so I think
what's acts of service?
Like
acts
she
of
said,
service, like cleaning, like helping, anything that you need to be done. Like I take care of that for you, so you don't have to do it.
Right, like your car dirty, let me go wash it. But to answer Antonio's question, the reason why she said that part, but the reason why women don't tell me how to do it, because they assume that the man should know. But I think it's imperative that you tell the person, because who was that came to our leadership meeting? Bishop Marshall, and he was sharing how he would give his wife gifts, but he was always gone. And one day he was like, "What? Why aren't you happy? I bought you this Jaguar, I bought you this house, I bought you all these different things." And she says, those gifts don't mean anything to me. I just want to spend time with you. Yeah. I would rather,
I just want to be like this with somebody.
He gonna love the sweaty armpit, girl. It don't matter. He gonna love the sweaty armpit.
It don't stink.
He's not gonna care about that sweaty armpit, and that's how y'all. This is like dear to my heart. That's why I watch shows like Married at First Sight, Love is Blind. And oh my God, because
if you did it for them, Lord. If you did it for them, Lord. Yes, amen.
Oh, come on. Whitney says she acts of service and quality time. And it can be a duality. And actually, I think it gives you two. Yeah. Anyway,
it'll tell you exactly where they line up at and if you have a tie with any of them. So when y'all get free time, take the test. They even have a book for couples and married couples to do together where it's like, it's called The Love Dare, I think. So y'all also, if you're married, look into that, because that's also interactive and it does kind of the same thing.
What? Right. Antonio, what you talking about? Most men don't want to be loved. Do God tell them? Yeah, it says honor. To me, when it says honor your wives, I believe that word honor could be switched out with love. Mm-hmm. Because you will honor what you love, and you will love what you honor.
Why don't most men want to be loved, though?
I think he might have said that wrong. Most men want to be loved, but neither. Okay. The bottom line is, Antonio, we know everybody is innately designed to want to be loved. Why? Because God is love. Right. And we were all created by him. So because we were created by him and we were made in his image, we have that innate desire in us to be loved. Yeah. There's not one of us sitting here, and keep in mind, we're all single. And I can say we're single because there's no ring on this. Is this the right hand? Okay, forget my analogy. Okay, I don't know. But there's a ring on that finger. But it was placed in by me.
No, I said it right.
Oh, did you?
You quoted God wrong, though.
Antonio, what you talking about?
I'm sorry, Antonio.
Men do want to be loved.
I'll bite my tongue.
Okay, but anyway, the point I was making is that all of us sitting here are single, okay? Yes. And I can guarantee you, there's not one of us that will say, I don't want to be loved. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone that can love me for me and treat me the way that we deserve. We feel like we should be treated. Yeah. And so, so I'm not gonna speak for everybody on here, but if that's you and you like, look, I do want to be loved, I want you to hit some hearts and some likes. Hey, for the 9, thank you for joining us. CJ, you back.
Prince said, God wants men to love their wives and protect them as he would protect God's church, and a woman to love her husband.
That's right.
And honor him.
That's right. That's what God wants.
The crazy part is that men really do want to be loved. They're more emotional than what people say. They act like they're not, but they just don't know how to show it.
But they struggle with pride.
Yeah. Men love to be loved.
Yeah. They need, okay, so I'll put it this way. I think a woman's needs and a man's needs are different.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Men what does it need to be is it wanted? Needed. Is it men want to be needed and women
need to be wanted?
Yeah.
That's
That's
that. Say that again for those in the cheap seats.
Men want to be needed and women need to be wanted. And so that's kind of how the fact that to know that you're constantly desiring
is how women deal
is
with
what
rejection.
makes us. And then for men to know that my wife needs me, she needs me as protector, she needs me as provider. If there's trash to take out, she doesn't get up and take it because she knows she has me. It gives them, a good feeling to be like, I can cover her in that area. And for us, it gives us a good feeling to be like, wow, he desires me because he actually wants me. You know what I'm saying? And so those are the two love languages that men and women we speak. They're different, but if you can hone in on those areas, then it's a step. That's all.
I love it. I'm running. That's gonna be my Facebook post when we end the show. Men want to be needed and women need to be wanted. Yeah, that's so true.
Is that why we deal with rejection heavy? Because we want to be wanted.
Because to not be wanted is like you're hitting us right where the core of being wanted is like, so you don't want me,
right?
And that. Yeah.
Right. And for men, it's about being what? Antonio, what you saying? Wives, submit to your husbands. That's correct. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head. That's correct. His body of which he's the Savior. Correct. In the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. God never told the woman to love her husband. Well, I would say this. He might not have said it, but
unto the Lord we love.
Right. Submit to your husband as to the Lord. What does that mean? Why are we submitting to God? Because we love him, we honor him. So it's not wrote out like wives love your husbands, but it's in that honor. It's in that submission.
God is love himself.
Right.
So
He is love.
Even to submit, if you even exchange the word submit, look up the definition of what all of those things mean, and then as unto the Lord. As unto the Lord, what we're doing to the Lord, well, again, we reverence him, right? We honor him. We always tell the Lord how much we love him. So if we're doing something as we do unto the Lord, even the Bible says work as unto the Lord. Right. Those things are done with love. They're done with compassion. They're done with understanding. So if you substitute any one of those things, it still comes out to wives, love your husband because you're doing it as unto the Lord. It doesn't necessarily have to say verbatim love.
Submission
is love. Is to show love.
Because to be submitted to God is to love God.
Right.
To be submitted.
He is love. God is love. I mean, literally, like, he is
submit,
love.
meaning if the family lacks it all on the man to fix it because he is responsible for the woman and
I think that's
family.
a little out of context.
Absolutely, yeah. Antonio, you might be a little off right there. Prince said, okay, Nana, a.k.a. Ghanaian queen.
Hey, Lady Precious.
Hey, Lady Precious. Thank you for joining us on tonight. We having a lively discussion with some of our listeners here, but we're talking a little bit about relationships, which I don't know how we always started. Becky, thank you for joining us on tonight. Listen, we love you and we send condolences to your family. Becky lost her cousin this past week, and so we just want you to know, Becky, that we're lifting your family up in prayer, and we love you so much, and praying a hedge of protection. Hugs to you, Lady Precious, as well. So men, they want to be loved too, you guys. But men and women, we're totally, completely different beings as far as like what Nana said. But also too, I was going to allude to the fact that women are more emotional beings and men are more physical beings, which is that whole premise for women are from Mars, men are from Venus, or men are from Mars, women are from Venus, whatever. But the point is that what we need is not necessarily what they need emotionally. Right. Emotionally. And then what they need and what we need physically is not necessarily.
I'm trying to tell you where I messed up at with men is when I tried to make men be who I was. Like, I felt like if I'm so bubbly and emotional and mushy with you, you should be the same back to me. Right. I didn't learn until like the last year, just learning things with different people and stuff like that, like talking to y'all and stuff like that men, they literally do not think the same way that I do. Like, I could be so excited about a color and they'd be like, oh, okay.
Right. Or like, oh, honey, let's go to the
That's
store.
why you can't confuse it if it's not an excitement.
Like,
women can write a long paragraph about love and it'd be like, oh, love you too.
Right.
To me, back then, I was like, that's not right. It's like, no, that's how they express it.
We're individuals. So then you got some women that are like that too.
So I just stopped writing long paragraphs.
But don't change who you
are.
Because the reality of it is that we were never designed to be with our twins. We were designed to be with people who are just like God. He says, I'm weak where I'm strong where you're weak. So we were designed to be with people that complement us. Okay? And I was going to say too, we were talking about how the physical is really important to me. And on that Married at First Sight, this guy had an amazing woman, but she was a virgin. She said, I'm saving myself for my husband. Yes. She said, I'm saving myself for my husband. So they get married on this Married at Love at First Sight. But she's saying, we missed the whole getting to know each other process, the falling in love process. Let's go through that process, and then I will give you my virginity as a gift, as a lovely gift. But he was so caught up in the non-physical part that he let the woman who
That's why he
was his yin to his yang go, because she was inexperienced sexually.
and it hurt her. Like,
Oh
her
my God,
face.
it broke her. But in his mind, that was more important to him than having like the perfect person for him.
Antonia says, has any one of you ladies ever asked the man you was in a relationship with, how do he want to be loved? I ain't been in a relationship in so many years, and I'm saying that for a reason, because right now I'm in a state of sobriety, and I'm not talking about drugs and stuff like that. I'm talking about with my lifestyle with Christ. And so I have never been in a relationship in the mindset that I'm in and the walk that I'm in. So I haven't been able to ask that question.
Right. Tia? Okay, we're good. I have asked, but I don't think men are able to articulate.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
ask. I want to read that. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say to her point that I have asked, but I think like Kasha said, I think a lot of men don't really know how to articulate to say what that looks like. They know the feeling that they want to have, but to say like, if you do A, B, and C, this would make me. It doesn't come out that way. You know, it's kind of like, oh, you know, I just want to be secure. I want to, you know, don't have to worry about this. I don't have to, but it's not like, oh, okay, maybe sending me a text message when you say this makes me feel this. When you call me, whereas we're very detailed. I'll tell you, oh, when you say this in the morning, when you do whatever. And so I think, yeah, that's a conversation that definitely needs to be had, but I don't think necessarily that a lot of men, because a lot of men, again, that just sounds kind of emotional.
Monique was like,
Men-
she asked her husband and he just didn't
Looked
have,
at her with a blank
he
stare,
didn't
like
have
men-
really
yeah,
an answer.
that's
You
Don't
know,
feed me.
Yeah, because men don't really have that. Like, I'm gonna sit down and how do I want to be loved? That's something
I
that
know.
we do as women.
I mean, we would be. We
Some
would,
men,
we would have
some
a
men,
man.
some,
I've
but
come
it's not.
across.
It's not
Some men
often.
are like that.
Because a lot of men
Emotional,
have
but for the most
that
part, they're not.
Like a
emotional
cancer.
showing of love. They haven't witnessed it, so to ask them, well, what do you want it to look like?
Right.
It's like I mean, I don't know. I know I want it, but I
I
don't
don't
really
think
know.
I've ever asked
I
a
don't
man
know.
that. How
Right.
do you want to be loved?
Well, now you know for future ask. But
Yeah.
like Mo says, you may not get an answer. But I want to go back to what Denise said. Denise said, love your neighbors yourself. Come on here, because she's responding to Antonio.
yeah.
Love your neighbors yourself. The greatest of these is love. A woman should love the man even before she falls in love. Men want it, and you're 100% right. But I want to talk about that word neighbor, because people think it's talking about like your next door neighbor, like in the house next to you. But this is my neighbor. This is my neighbor.
Anyone outside of yourself?
Right. Your husband is definitely your neighbor. Come on here. Okay. If I'm interested, I ask. If they don't understand the question, I back off. Azure.
They don't understand you're in trouble.
Azure, they don't care. That's why they not able to answer. They don't care about the
It's
stuff
not that
we-
serious to them.
They don't care about stuff that we care about. They don't care how do you want to be loved. I don't know. Cook for me, clean for me. That's their version
And what
of
have
love.
a deer
Whoa,
in
whoa,
headlights look?
What you got?
Prince said, remember, a woman can love multiple men at once because they all fulfill different needs for her satisfaction. However, a man can only love one woman and have different women who he can be involved with and not have any feelings for them, regardless of how good they are in bed.
And then you have the what? Wait a minute, what?
And ladies, don't be confused about that. I don't care how good you are in bed. I do not care. It don't keep
It
nobody.
don't equal
That's
love.
what he's
It
saying.
doesn't
You know how
equal-
many
right.
other legs open is good too? I'm just saying, and I'm not even trying to be explicit
No,
with that.
that
It
is-
does not keep a person.
Absolutely.
So stop trying hard. Just don't do it.
But
Don't do it.
I'm sorry, I was gonna go back to what Whitney said. Yes, she's saying that she has someone that they talk about how to love each other all the time. And there are men out there that don't have a problem expressing. They know what they need emotionally, but not everybody is able to tap into that feminine side, into that emotional nature. What? And Azure's right. Most men don't think about it. Come on, kudos. That's my girl. High five. Virtual high five.
I don't think women can love multiple men at once.
Oh, Antonio, you married? Oh, wow. Okay.
And I believe that. I believe that because as we mature, Antonio said that his wife needs change every year. What she needs as far as like emotionally or, what she needs from him in a loving way, it changes. And as we mature, like the things that I wanted when I was in high school are not the same things I wanted now. Back then, I wanted like a freaking blow pop. Now, your needs change as you grow and as you mature. Listen, we're going to have to wrap up this show.
Because her battery going dead.
Yeah. Well, and not just that, because we've kind of been on a long time, and and I love it. I love it. But we want y'all to come back next week. Come on here for another exciting show here at Women of Power. So, any closing comments or anything you want to say to this young lady about this?
I definitely enjoyed Antonio, though. I don't want you to take my facial expression.
Antonio.
I highly enjoyed your feedback. Like
all the men that have been commenting, Prince, Antonio, Bruno,
Prince is basically
Busta.
Prince is a host.
Come on,
he be here every week.
Prince need to be a guest.
This is only his second time, but see, he
Listen.
gets
Congratulations! I've been married 25 years.
Kevin Arthur, come on here. Woo, woo, woo. You look young, sir. You look young. Hallelujah.
Yeah,
thank you, Ricky. Ricky said, great show. I want to thank you for tuning in. She told me today, I'm going to tune into the show. I think this is our first time. And so, Ricky, we thank you for joining Women of Power on tonight.
Make sure you like and share, people.
Please.
Everybody share the video right now.
And again, when it comes down to the What's Poppin' letters, if y'all want to write us, and you can remain as anonymous as you want to be, let us know what's going on, and we can definitely air it on the show and, talk about it and see if we can get you some good, godly advice.
And you can send that letter to womenofpower5@gmail.com. We also want to encourage you guys to go check out our website at www.womenofpower5.com. That's womenofpower5.com.
Monique said, I felt like I had company with you ladies. Come on, quarantine!
Virtual love.
Grab your snack in your
Okay, Keisha, one last comment. Women can love multiple people. I have done it or been in that.
But Keisha's a different type of person. But I love her.
You strong, Keisha. You
y'all know
strong.
Keisha don't play no games. Man.
Busta said y'all have an amazing show. Can't wait to see you ladies at church. Thank you.
Praise God.
I know I better see you shout at that altar.
Listen, what you talking about? Me too.
Twilight is just a fiction, but has a lot to teach you.
Pressure just got out the
so pay attention.
I still ain't seen the Notebook yet. I'm not a love story person.
The Notebook is like...
You know why I don't watch love stories? Because it scares me to be loved sometimes by people.
Girl, you gonna get past that.
The Notebook is like my... Oh my goodness.
I like crime shows. I watch
I love crime shows.
That's all I watch. Fatal Attraction, Fatal Vows.
And I love all the modeling competitions, the makeup competitions. Because, I'm learning from the best, y'all.
They're doing the 12 Days of Serial Killers too. Is it
what?
On Oxygen.
Yes. Y'all make sure y'all watch
Ted Bundy was on last night.
Sam Little, that guy who killed all, and he could write down to the T. He sketched every woman and remembered their story. He killed 100 women. He sketched each one of their faces down to the detail and could remember small things like, she had a son. She walked with the limp. It was crazy. That man's crazy. And he was.
Make sure y'all go watch Tiger King.
Oh yeah, and Tiger King.
Trash.
Because y'all, that is not trash.
Azure, you've been watching R. Kelly all weekend. All these women coming forth now. Oh my God,
that's why she's so hostile in these comments. She been watching R. Kelly.
Listen,
Carol Baskin killed her husband.
She sure did.
So I just want y'all to know that.
Oh Lord. So
yeah, we all over the place. But anyway, y'all, love y'all again. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Meet us same bad place, same bad time next week.
And go buy this book
at 8 p.m. They can't see it, Zenobia. But she's trying to say, y'all, don't forget my book is out, Changing of the Guard. It's an encounter with the spirit of manipulation. Y'all, this is powerful. It's good. It's not just for women. It's for men too. Yeah. Because men can be manipulated as well.
Okay, narcissists do not discriminate.
I used to manipulate people.
Mm-hmm. And so keep in mind, it's on Amazon.com. You can also get it at KashaHunt.com and on WomenOfPower5.com. We love you so much.
Sometimes I need a light when the moon mood is low. Sometimes I need some loving when my feelings show. Although I never found a way to let you know, I also never found a way to let you go. And now I see that look shining on your face. Your smile is warming up just like a sunny place. My worries disappearing, all my fears erased. You're my happy place. When do we ever know, dear, what's in front of us? Till we're looking back here and we see the dust. I know you lift me up when I am feeling rough. Right now I'm feeling rough. So where can you be? You're the only upside now. So baby, let your sun shine down on me. From the inside out, you're the only upside down. I lean into your kiss for my sanity. So give me all your loving for my vanity. The phone is gonna ring and we'll just let it be. Settle in with me. Do we ever know, dear, what's in front of us? Till we're looking back here and we see the dust. I know you lift me up when I am feeling rough. Right now I'm feeling rough. So where can you be? You're the only upside